This clip is brought to you by 8 Sleep Mattresses, the temperature-controlled Tesla of beds that automates your sleep. Sleep better and enjoy this clip.
By the way, what would you describe flow as being like? Because, when a lot of people may have never been in a state of flow with something. So what would you describe it like?
So like we were talking about, Patrick's talking about the mind muscle, and a lot of those isolation to this spot in the body. Mm-hmm. What flow is, it's the central nervous system in the body in its most efficient state, where you're disconnected from the body in a way where I'm going to grab that can, I'm going to put it down, and now there's this trust in now I'm in a place of witness. That's the most efficient state, and that's why I said the spiritual state of consciousness. When we have spiritual experiences, those are flow states that are legitimately they are flow. It's the same experience.
You don't have any inhibition of movement. Your body's just moving and it's doing what it knows how to do at its highest level.
It's like you're fully aware of your body and yet unaware of it at the exact same moment. Mm-hmm. So there's a balance between your conscious thinking about the body, but then there's like this faith. It's actually a faith that it's there, it's efficient. Neurologically, it's when you're not, because the idea is that if I'm in flow, that stops it. Mm-hmm. Like the recognition of flow itself is the quickest way to stop it.
That's the most
right.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So just think about that. So what is recognizing flow? It's basically the part of your brain that writes a narrative, mm-hmm. and that's telling a story. The one that's concerned about the world as seen through Mark looking at me versus me looking at Mark. And that's a part of, now that's an opportunity to focus yourself in and to detach this psychological thing that we've done from the fact we wanted our coaches to be proud of us when we performed that drill. Mm-hmm. And we stood there in line and we held these postures like Dr. Beliza talked about. A lot of these things that we these traps that we fall into, it's based off of how we are. It's all right. I'll give you another analogy. A 12, 13-year-old girl in a high school classroom, they are literally do not want to be called on, do not want to be seen. Mm-hmm. They're collapsing into themselves, and their posture is a representation of their experience, mm-hmm. right? And not only that, but if you monitor their hormones, right? And that's that whole world that's really well documented and understood with Dr. Amy Cuddy.
Dr. who? Amy Cuddy?
Dr. Amy Cuddy, yeah. And was a huge influence on me to just change the perspective and realize that, wow, we're dramatically influencing our hormone levels. And what she does is she'll have people stand in powerful positions in front of a mirror, right? For 2 minutes, and you get a 30% increase in testosterone.
By the way, guys, you remember that episode with Bedros where we literally asked him, hey, if you wake up, you have some bad thoughts, what do you do? He stands in front of a mirror. I love myself. I'm
naked.
Naked.
Jumping
up and down.
It's energetic. You're activating the body, but you're addressing these feelings through a practice. Mm-hmm. You're not just, I feel bad. Let me just grab my keys and go to work. No, you're saying, no, I'm not tolerating this. Like, I'm more than this. And these feelings I have aren't me. Like, I'm who I want to be. I'm making me right now. And you visualize yourself in a powerful state. And then all of a sudden you start to feel that. And it might take 2 minutes, right? That's like the thing, even with those flows that we're talking about. That 2-minute interval is kind of, for me, a magic sticking point, because we lose.
So you're talking about like when athletes are back to the flow thing, because you mentioned how athletes want to get into a state of flow, but they never train anything to get into flow. So if you can describe some of the things that you think help athletes get into flow, you're saying that they should be doing those for like 2 minutes?
That's the thing. Counting is counterproductive to flow.
Yeah.
Reps, all this stuff, anything that's essentially a label, numbers, count, anything. So that's the idea, is that we're trying to condition a mind-body connection. You're taking this really compound motion in this really well-established neurologic pattern that our ancestors, like the reason we have it is because of the things that they did to survive, right? They had to have their eyes in a position of observation. That's why our spine needs to do what it does. That's why that's why the shoulder needs to move, because if it doesn't get out the way for this one to reach forward, my eyes can't see behind me. So if I'm reaching that way and that shoulder's still there, see, I can only see to there. Versus there. But that's the idea. It's like,
Pat Project family, we appreciate you checking out this clip. Check out another one. Just go check out another one. Or comment down below and let us know what you liked about this one. But we love you guys, and we're going to keep bringing you the heat. So comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, okay? Peace.